Hi Internet viewers, this is Frank Rauscher again. On my last video I was showing you how I marked up the feather grouping right in here, and I've done this on both sides so you can see exactly what I did in that area there. And what I'm doing is I'm not doing anything on the mantle at this time. I'm going to show you how I use a wood burner to make a cutting into the wood where the feathers lie, and then I'll show you how to relieve it afterwards. But I want to show you how the bird looks right now, marked up with all the feathers in it and the drop wing, and that's for both sides. So I'm going to turn the camera down so that you can see me actually do this with the burning unit. I will do a portion of this just to start and get you rolling, and then we'll go from there. Okay? And I'll tell you what the burner units I'm using and what have you. It's available out there. Thank you. Okay. Going to start burning this in, and the unit I'm using today, this is it right here. It's Colwood's Detailer. There's a lot of them out there. I deal with Optimal One, which is another unit put out by PJL Enterprises. There's several of them out there. The PJL Enterprise fixed tipped burning pen is what I really like a lot, and these are like a knife blade type shape, and I really like these a lot because I can turn and roll angles real fast with these. The deal on the burning unit is you turn it on, you dial up the temperature range, and you should have a spare piece of wood ahead of time to see how much of a burn you get, because when you go up to 10, this gets fire engine red, and you can really go and do some deep burning, which you don't really need to. In this case of this unit here, I use a number 6, but on every unit that you use, you're going to find out that each one is going to be different. So you're going to have to determine what setting is the best setting for you. So I'm just going to put this off to the side, and the way this works is this pen plugs in to this unit, okay, by a wire here, and it works this way. These are a cord that have these setups that you just push in, and you got to make sure you have it in all the way so that you have a good contact. And I use this a lot for wood burning when I'm doing paintings. Sometimes on wood I will use this unit to go in and texture things and mark things out that I've sketched. And you could do something like this bird here and transfer it onto a piece of wood with a flat piece of wood, that is, and use not carbon paper, but I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's a paper that has like a wax film, and you can go in and mark this all out, and it gives you exact everything transferred onto your piece of wood. And the carbon paper tends to smear and the ink gets over. The other paper that you can get at most craft shops are much better as far as transferring things over. But in the case of, and then what you could do is go in and burn even on a flat surface and get this picture on, or whatever you want to transfer over. I'm going to show you today, I'm going to turn this unit on, and like I said, this is set for number 6, but on the setting, but I'm going to show you how what I do is I use this as like a stop. In a sense, if I was just doing knife carving, I would put my knife blade right in and cut it a little bit all the way around that feather, that first feather there. And then I would do all the rest the same way. And when I come in later, I'm going to show you how to undercut these so that you could lift all these feathers. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one right here, and I'm going to place the pen down. I'm just going to press in just a little bit, go halfway, and then come back. And I'm following my pencil line around. And I take it right up to the mantle line there. And 1 second here. I also use these magnifiers. This is an optivisor, and I use this on my head so I can see things better, and it makes things a lot easier for me to see these well. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to burn in a segment of this so that you could see how this goes. And you don't have to press too far in. So these are the ones I'm trying to get in first. And again, when I do this, I would say practice if you're doing it for the first time on something else first, on a piece of flat wood or something like that, just to get the feel of it, because I've been doing it so long that I make it look easy, you know, as far as having, when I do feathers on a bird like this, where I have to come around the corner, I try not to do it in one stroke. I go halfway, and then I come in and I take my time and follow the line as best I can. I didn't do the greatest job there, but you try to stay right on target. And I'm doing this grouping. Okay. And then I'll do one more here. And this will get me right all the way on up to here. And then I'll get the last one of this grouping. And if you notice, they're staged. They come out this way. They're like piggybacking off of each other. And that's the way the feathers lay on the bird. Yep. So I try to be steady with this. And like I said, it takes a little bit of practice to get where I gotta go. And I just noticed on this last feather, I was supposed to come all the way up to the mantle here. I'm not giving you the best job here of doing this, and I'm supposed to. So there we are there. Now we have this grouping in here. I'm going to come in, circle around. And what I'm really doing is preparing the feathers to be lifted so that they look very realistic. And you don't want them lifted too high when we undercut them. We're going to try to just get a slight lift because these feathers aren't really sticking out or anything. They're there, but we want to give them a little more definition than just a flat surface. And at least the style I try to do with it. Okay, so I'm going to put this one up to here. Okay, now that's one grouping right there, and it comes all the way down, and you got these, and there's a sequence to these two. Now, in these little covert feathers, I'm just going to come around and make C's right in here. Just a little bit. Do it to there, and I'm trying to keep this line free, which is the end of the wing. So I'm coming around. So, like so. Here's another one. Now, if you notice, these feathers get bigger as they come back, but it's not real big. They're just, they sort of get a little deeper on the C when you do it. Now, just to expedite time, I'm going to burn all these in, and then I'll get back to you and show you the rest of this in a second, okay? Okay, we're back again. I went in and I burned all the feathers in on both sides, okay? Exactly how I showed you to do it up in here, okay? Now, what I want to do is I'm going to stop at this video, but just for some aids to the markings here, I marked one up here for this grouping. And what I mean by one is, when I go to relieve this feather, I'm going to relieve 1, 2, 3 of them, which is these 3 first. I'm doing this in sequences on how they're laying on top of each other. You could see this feather looks like it's going onto these. So at some point in time, I'm just going to relieve these 3 first. Then this set come all the way down. I'm going to start at the top here, which is this one, which is next to 1. And I'm calling this group 2 coming down. In group 2, the top feather gets relieved first, and then each one's coming down. Now, I came back here and I marked 3 in this one, and that's going to be the rest of these. You'll do 3 first and all the way down, and then 4 is going to be burning these in, and we're also going to relieve them this way, you know. And then 5, you do this feather first, and then these behind it. And if you noticed, 6 is back here, and you'll do this one, and then this one, and so on as they come up, button up to this one. So this is group 5, which is of 1, 2, 3 feathers. So as I do this, you'll see it better, but you may want to put them in just as reminders where you got 1 as a grouping, and then 2 is this group here going down, and then 3 starts here, and that's all of these going down to here. Then 4 is, I'm going to put 4 out here, but it's all these right in here get relieved. Then 5, and then 6. And that's the staging we're going to do on the next video. So I'm going to show you how to lift these, and in some cases we're going to have to reburn them again. So when you get into the feathers that are longer here, you may want to lean a little bit more on the point to get them in, because as we relieve them, you're going to lose some material as you step down. These will be like a staged, almost like shingles on here. So I'll show you how to do that. But we will, on the next video, I'll show you how to lift these, and I'll go over these numbers again. Okay, so hope you enjoyed what we've done here, exposed you a little bit to the wood burning. We are going to use the wood burning later in the case of the finished one, which I'm bringing into play. If you can see it, we have all these feathers relieved, and you can see the veining in there and everything else. And we're going to do that with a wood burner. But first we have to get these feathers. If you look at these feathers, they're slightly raised, and that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so we'll see you on the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. And I thank you very much.